Hi everyone, thanks for coming to the channel. If this is your first time, my name is Peter. If you've been to the channel before, thank you for coming back. Just a brief background if you're new to the channel. I spent my working career in the maritime industry, with the last 20 as a trainer and assessor. I'm retired now, so I spend my time making short videos on marine topics and tutoring. I'm also an invigilator with the Office of Maritime Communications, so to fund the videos, I conduct marine radio licence exams. You can find more information on when you need a marine radio licence and who needs one on our website at truenorthmarine.com.au. Today's video is part of a series of videos related to coastal navigation. As well as tutoring, I'm also a rescue boat captain. Now, if you're out boating and you require assistance for whatever reason, a grounding, breakdown, fuel problems, medical issue on board, the very first piece of information that I would require is to know where you are. What is your latitude and longitude? If you can provide that very basic but vitally important piece of information to me, then it can save a huge amount of time and make the process of finding you so much easier. Now, if you're new to boating, this may sound like a foreign language, but trust me, it's a very easy process to obtain this information. However, it all starts with learning the basics of coastal navigation. If you've been boating for a while or you're applying for a marine qualification, then you will still find this series of short videos great for revision and essential for passing an assessment. If you'd like to obtain a copy of the entire series with actual exercises, please use the link in the description below. Okay, let's get started.
In shallower areas, you'll often see a small figure next to the main figure. 9 with a small 5 beside it, for example. 9.5 on a metric chart denotes 9.5 meters. Contour lines show areas of constant depth and have a figure showing the depth anywhere along that line. This line shows a depth of 30 meters. This one, 20 meters. Interspersed amongst all those figures, you'll see the occasional series of letters such as CY, SH, CO. These indicate what the seabed consists of. In this case, clay, shells, coral. And whilst we're looking at water sim, a pair of small arrows. One has feathers on one side of the shaft, the other is plain. These indicate the direction of currents at that position. The arrow with the feathers denotes a flood or incoming tide. The plain one shows the direction of an ebb tide. Both show the rate of tide, 4 knots in this case. Probably one of the most important items on your chart is the compass rose. That circle marked off in degrees, sometimes with a curly or star design showing north, and an arrow showing the variation in that area. We use the compass rose to ascertain or plot bearings, directions, from objects on land or markers at sea, and to lay off a course that we intend to sail. There may be 2 or 3 compass roses on your chart. Use the one nearest or most convenient to the area you're working. The small figures that you see dotted all over the chart denote the depth of water at that particular point. In shallower areas, you'll often see a small figure next to the main figure. 9 with a small 5 beside it, for example. 9.5 on a metric chart denotes 9.5 meters. Contour lines show areas of constant depth and have a figure showing the depth anywhere along that line. This line shows a depth of 30 meters. This one, 20 meters. Interspersed amongst all those figures, you'll see the occasional series of letters such as CY, SH, CO. These indicate what the seabed consists of. In this case, clay, shells, coral. And whilst we're looking at water sim, a pair of small arrows. One has feathers on one side of the shaft, the other is plain. These indicate the direction of currents at that position. The arrow with the feathers denotes a flood or incoming tide. The plain one shows the direction of an ebb tide. Both show the rate of tide, 4 knots in this case. Lights are a very important feature. They may be situated onshore or on buoys or spit posts at sea. They're all shown on your chart together with their details. OC.WRG .14S.90M 12-9M, for example, means that this light is an occulting type. It means that the duration of light is longer than the duration of darkness. It's a white, red and green sectored light with a 14-second sequence, which in this case includes one long flash followed by a shorter period of darkness. The light is mounted 90 meters above high water and visible for a maximum of 12 miles on the white and 9 miles on the green or red. Have a look at the light on the western side. It's designated as FL 5S 37M 10M, which means that this light flashes white. It's assumed to be white when no other colour is given. Every 5 seconds, is mounted 37 meters above high water and can be seen for up to 10 miles under normal conditions. Here are a few of the other abbreviations you'll meet. Capital F means it's fixed. It's on at all times between sunset and sunrise. FL denotes flashing. The duration of light is shorter than the duration of darkness. OC or OCC, occulting. The duration of light is longer than the duration of darkness. GP, or FL, with a number in brackets, denotes flashing in groups of 3 short flashes, in this case, followed by darkness. Isophase, equal periods of light and darkness. Q, or QK, quick flashing, usually faster than 1 flash per second. Sectored lights have a screen fitted over the light source, which throws light of different colours over fixed arcs. They're shown on charts by a dotted line, and the colour of the light in that sector as viewed from seaward. Have a close look at the beak light, flashing white, red, 4 seconds, 5 metres on the west side of the Mole Channel. Getting back to our chart then, details of coasts are shown, whether you'll see sandy beaches or rocks, etc., as well as many inland features, hills, mountains, etc. with height, plus other features that are visible from seaward, such as roads, buildings, towers and chimneys, often with height, to name but a few. Colouring is totally different between metric and fathom charts. On fathom charts, landmass is coloured grey with shallows in blue. Metric charts, landmass is yellow with drying areas in green and shallows in blue. All charts are plainly marked depth in fathoms or depth in metres as appropriate. The purple lines on the chart show where adjacent charts line up or will indicate an inset plan of that area. You can see, for example, that the area around Hayman Island is featured in greater detail on chart AUS 254. So, all that together with conversion scales, tidal details and notes etc. means far more information than most land maps. You can check that the chart you're using is up to date with information by looking at the bottom left corner. Here you'll see the number and year of any notices to mariners issued to correct the chart. If a new buoy is sighted, for example, you'll want to know this and correct the chart accordingly. Any item that affects the chart, navigational hazards, modifications, etc., are all promulgated in a notices to mariners issued by the various port authorities or Admiralty departments. They appear in relevant newspapers, libraries and the like, or you can have them sent directly to you. Any permanent corrections should be made on the chart in pen, and the year and number of the notices to mariners recorded at the bottom left of the chart. Temporary corrections, such as naval exercises, should be marked in pencil so they can be erased when the exercise finishes. Parallel rules are 2 plastic rulers mounted side by side with flat metal bars to keep them parallel to each other. They can be plain clear plastic or the Captain Fields type, which are marked with divisions for the protractor and compass points around the edges. The best type are the so-called single-handed dividers. They are usually solid brass with stainless steel points and can be adjusted for tension at the pivot. Don't let the points get too sharp. They need to be sharp enough that they don't slip, but not sharp enough to tear your charts. You can use the normal round type as you'll get from any stationers, but the better ones are the square navigational protractors, also known as the Douglas protractor. They feature a square grid that can be matched to lines anywhere on the chart. There is a version of the Douglas protractor on the market which has a length of cord attached to the centre of the protractor. This can be laid out in the direction of the required bearing. Apart from pencils, I prefer the automatic type that feed lead out by pressing the end, and erasers. You don't need any other tools.
Well, there you have it. Thanks for watching the video. Please look out for other videos that will take you through the whole process of learning the basics of coastal navigation. See you in the next video.